Is creatine just for bodybuilders, or can it actually help you race faster in an Ironman triathlon? I dug into the research and the results surprised me. In triathlon, we're surrounded by talk of marginal gains. Compression socks, ice baths, altitude tents. It can be hard to know which ones work and which are just expensive distractions. One supplement that stood the test of time is creatine. It's been around since before I started triathlons 25 years ago, but lately it's been getting a lot more attention in the endurance world. A few weeks ago, during my usual group run, my friend Jimmy told us he'd started taking creatine. I'd always thought it was just useful for short distance events. But over the next few weeks I noticed something. Jimmy was running faster and cycling stronger. It could have been coincidence, but I wanted to find out more. So I started reading everything I could about creatine for endurance athletes. And by the end of it, I was convinced it was worth a go. Since then, I've been taking 5 grams a day with no loading phase, as I build towards the Ironman 70.3 World Championships. In this video, I'll explain why. I'll cover the main benefits, the possible downsides, and how to take it. So what is creatine? Well, creatine monohydrate is a compound that your body naturally produces. It helps make ATP, which is your muscle's go-to energy source during exercise. You can get a little bit from foods like meat and fish, but not enough to fully saturate your muscle stores, and that's where supplements come in. By taking creatine daily, you increase the amount stored in your muscles, and this helps you train harder and recover better. The most effective dose for creatine is 5 grams per day, and that's it. So there's no need for a loading phase or cycling on and off. You just take it daily for at least 4 weeks before expecting to notice a difference. Many people mix it in with a protein shake after their hardest session of the day, but honestly, you can take it at any time, pre or post workout. You just mix it into any flavoured drink, basically. Now let's go through the 5 big reasons why creatine can help triathletes. Studies show that creatine improves power output, even in endurance athletes. One study in 2019 found that triathletes who took creatine increased their cycling power output. That extra push can lead to faster bike splits and stronger hill climbs. Creatine helps you maintain higher intensity efforts for longer. So think about swim intervals, hill repeats, hard group rides. You should be able to do a little bit more before you fatigue. And that extra boost in training can then lead to bigger fitness gains over time. Creatine also helps reduce muscle damage and soreness, so you might recover faster between hard sessions. That's especially useful when you're training 6 or 7 days a week. One lesser known benefit is that creatine may reduce mental fatigue and improve focus during long races. Some studies even show improvements in memory and cognition, especially in older adults. Are you worried about cramps or dehydration? Well, studies have shown that creatine doesn't cause either. In fact, athletes who took creatine experienced less heat-related illness, better hydration, and even lower heart rates during hot conditions. Of course, creatine isn't perfect, and let's look at the main drawbacks. Some studies suggest that creatine may slightly reduce your VO2 max, and that's most likely because of a small increase in body weight caused by taking creatine, and VO2 max is measured per kilo of your body weight. So even if your performance improves, your VO2 max score might dip slightly because you gain weight, which takes me on to point 2. As I mentioned, creatine can lead to a small gain in body weight, usually 1 to 2 kilograms or around 2 to 4 pounds. And that's mostly water that's pulled into your muscles rather than additional fat. This is something I've noticed personally in the last few weeks, and I'll touch upon it later. But if that extra weight bothers you, you can stop taking creatine 1 to 2 weeks before a race to shed that extra water weight. And you should still get the benefits of having trained with the creatine. Some people experience bloating or cramping after taking creatine, and this usually happens when they take too much too fast or they don't mix it properly. So stick to 5 grams a day, mix it well, and take it with food if needed. This is what I've done, and I've literally had 0 issues with stomach problems at all. So there's no evidence of kidney damage in healthy people taking normal doses of creatine, but if you've had kidney issues before, it's definitely worth speaking to your doctor first. It's worth noting that some people respond better than others to creatine. Things like your baseline creatine levels, diet, and genetics all play a role. Vegans and vegetarians often see the biggest benefits because they don't get as much creatine from food. And while elite athletes might see smaller gains, most endurance athletes will benefit in some way. So I looked at a 2023 meta-analysis which focused on 13 different studies on elite endurance athletes, and it actually concluded that creatine had no effect on endurance performance. But many of those studies only lasted 7 days and they used high loading doses, and only one study lasted over 50 days, and that study showed a clear improvement in endurance performance. So longer term consistent supplementation seems to be more effective, which fits perfectly with a 12 or a 16-week training plan like the ones we provide at MyProCoach, and which I follow myself. So as I'm recording this, I've been taking 5 grams of creatine a day for about 4 weeks now. And honestly, I haven't noticed any obvious benefits yet. But to be fair, I've also been pretty tired from quite a few solid weeks of heavy training. And right now I'm on an active recovery week, so maybe I'll feel different after that. The other thing is the weight gain. I've put on about 1.5 kilos over the last few weeks, even though I've been watching my diet really closely. So with my target race being the Ironman 70.3 World Champs, it has 2 mountain climbs on the bike, and I definitely feel more confident without that extra weight. Don't really want to be hauling it up a mountain. And I do keep wondering, wouldn't it be better to train lighter? But I'm going to stick with it for now and then stop taking creatine around 2 weeks before race day to shed that extra water weight and see how things play out. So should you take creatine? Well, if you'd like to train a little harder, recover faster, build strength and power, and maybe even boost brain function, then yes, there's probably no harm in giving it a go. It's affordable, it's well researched, and it's safe when you use it correctly. Just take 5 grams a day, stay consistent, and keep a track of how you feel. Personally, I paid a bit more money for batch-tested creatine powder, just for peace of mind that it doesn't contain anything it shouldn't. There've been stories of people buying creatine gummies that turned out to have no creatine in them at all. And one more thing, supplements always work best when you combine them with a smart, structured training plan. So if you're looking for one like that, MyProCoach plans start from under $30, and whenever you've got a question, our qualified coaches are here to help you. So I'd really like it if you let me know in the comments if you've tried creatine and did you notice a difference in your performance or recovery. If you want more great triathlon content, do check out the videos on screen right now, and if you found this video helpful, give it a like and please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.